Hi, it's Matt here from carpetlaunch.com, and I'm going to run through with you how to calculate the value of your leads, because one of the things we see constantly with carpet cleaners and a lot of other businesses that we work with is they don't really understand the true value of a lead, and therefore what happens is just before they get successful they start pulling out of their marketing. And that's why you hear people say that Facebook ads don't work or Google ads don't work, or the cost per click's too high. And it's not. I'm going to prove it to you, right? We see this time and time again across business after business. Anyone who basically stays with us for a while ends up successful. All they've got to do is get over that initial spending phase and then get into the return of the repeats, the referrals, etc. So let's have a look. So how much is, what we do is we're going to base all these calculations on 20 leads, right? So if this first box here, what is a typical price point for a standard 3-room offer for a carpet clean in your area? So generally it's about, say, $150 down to about $89 at worst. They're the real discounters. You want to stay out of that realm, but let's go to $120. Now, if I got you, as an example, 20 leads, how many could you convert to sales? Now, on average, people tell me about, say, 15, but let's just go with 13 because we want to be a little bit conservative here. So if I get you 20 leads as an example and you convert 13 to customers at $120 each, that's $1,560 there. Now, from those 5 customers, and you can come to this page and you can toggle all this yourself. So the URL is carpetlaunch.com/lead, LEAD, value calculator /. So then what you do here is from those customers, how many referrals would you get? Now, on average, people tell me that they get, let's just put in their figures for the moment, right, 15. So they get $1,800 from 20 leads. Then they get 5 referrals. Now, how many customers plus referrals would become repeat customers? So out of these 15 plus these 5, how many become repeat customers? And let's go with 5 because it's on average what people tell me. So that means that you're going to get $600 worth of referrals, because 5 times 120 is 600. So on average, how many additional times would these repeat customers here come back to you? Now, a lot of people tell me 3 or 4. Some people actually tell me 5 or 6, but let's go with either 2 or 3. Let's go with 3 because that seems to be about the most common answer. So the total repeat customers, these 5 customers coming back 3 times each at 120 is $1,800. So the total value of your 20 leads, when you get 15 people who become customers, you pick up 5 referrals, 5 of them become repeat customers, those 5 repeat customers come back 3 times, is $4,200. Now, then what you do is you put in your profit margin down here. We can just change that, and that's going to change our figures down below. So the average people tell me that some people actually tell me that their profit margins are 90 or 95%, but that's not likely by the time they pay tax and other things. So I like to work on about, say, 70 to 75, maybe the highest 80. So let's go with 75% there, right? So the cost of 20 leads is roughly around about $600. By the time you pay an agency like us, or you'll waste a heap of money trying to work it out yourself, the cost of 20 leads over a couple of year period works out at around about $30 each. If you're on some of those big name brand lead providers, then they're charging you $45, so we'd need to bump that price up, but let's just go with $600. So the profit on 20 leads, so you're earning this much, the profit when you've got a 75% profit margin is $3,144. So your return on $600 for 20 leads is 524%. In other words, you're earning 5.24 times what the leads cost you. Now, the reason so many people get this wrong and they pull out of their ads is because they just look at the front end sales. So what they effectively do is they go like this. So they have a bad month, and let's say they only convert 10, right? So they say, oh, it's worth $1,200, and they forget to count that they picked up referrals, so they put 0 in there, and they forget to count that any of those became repeat customers, and therefore they don't count them as coming back any time. So the total value of leads to them becomes $1,200. Then they work out their profit margin, which is roughly 75%, and they go, the cost of 20 leads is 600. So the profit on 20 leads after that, the 600 is deducted, is 894. Your return on your $600 investment is 149%. So they're still actually making money, but they don't see that as good enough, so they pull out. Or they have a really bad month, and they only get, so they get 20 leads and they only sell 5, right? And again, see here, so the profit is, they're still making a profit. They're still making $444 that they wouldn't have made if they didn't get those 20 leads. But they're kind of regarding it as, not good enough. So as you can see, it's very hard to actually get to a model on this where you're not making money on leads. But the problem is when you count it incorrectly, it's very easy to see that the margins and the profit down here gets thinner and thinner and thinner. But the moment you start counting your leads properly, i.e. we get 20 leads and we can sell at least 10, right? And we can get like at least, 3 customer referrals from that. We can get, say, 3 repeats, and those repeats come back, say, 2 times each. So I'm still being very conservative here. What is your profit percentage? Well, let's bump that back to, say, 60%, right? The cost of 20 leads is 600. The profit on it is 1362. You're making a 227% return, and that's guaranteed if those numbers come true. So that's, it just shows you, when you know how to work this out, you can easily see how these campaigns are profitable. So I'm Matt from Carpet Launch. If you like this and you want this done for you, and that's exactly what you should do because we've already worked out how to make it work, jump on, there'll be a button below this video and a button below this calculator. Jump on, book a call with Hayden or one of our team. They'll take you through our program. If you qualify for a pay per lead like this, in other words, if your business is safe enough, because with pay per lead, we carry all the risk because we guarantee those 20 leads. So if you're interested, jump on in, hit that button, see if you qualify, and we'll see you on the other side.